cannot think about another place that have more concentrated pool of people that is in the procurement profession. So it's very convenient. We meet a lot of people. And then also we can see the newest products. We have booths, so it's very good way to spend our days. Otherwise, we might be arranging many meetings to see all these new products. And I think it's also a very good venue to know what's happening in other companies or in the industry. Because usually we're so busy and we can spend 2 days and know what's happening, and hopefully I can find someone who faces the same problem that I have and we can share.
Well, first, the venue is fantastic, right? So I get to see old friends. So Gladys I've known for a number of years. And when I had the opportunity to actually come back and talk, it was great. So that's one. Second, venue. I wanted to bring my wife back to Singapore. So my wife is with me, which is awesome. So we're doing a Singapore tour in addition to coming to this event. So the venue is fantastic, and Singapore is one of the best places on the planet to actually come and visit.
One has been the networking. I've met many interesting people with great experiences that I've learned from. One of the things I wanted to bring to ProcureCon Asia 2019 was an open mind, to learn as much as maybe I'm able to give. So it's the networking. It's also the format of give and take. It's not just lecture, but it's a lot of give and take and two-way dialogue that I tend to learn the most from.
This is my 4th year in ProcureCon. I mean, of course, if you ask from a frequency perspective, definitely the reason why I'm here every year is because ProcureCon deliver values. One of the values that we are looking at, I mean, from year to year is actually the networking with peers in the same industry, but also networking with the CPOs from different industries. Because that will create values, because when we talk about procurement, some of their functions are more or less the same, except that it's looking at how the other CPOs strategize. Like this year we're talking about digital. So I mean, again, as I said, I learned a lot from ProcureCon, especially in the Asia region, because when I went to a procurement conference or congress in Europe or UK, the topics is a bit different from what we discuss in Asia. So I would say that it's always be near home is always better. Then apart from that, it's actually the networking with others. I mean, I actually appreciate the networking. And again, well, I would say thank you very much for all this good organization by WBR on this ProcureCon Asia. I look forward to see you next year.
I really enjoy learning about what other companies are doing. I enjoy the networking experience. Obviously, meeting colleagues, from who you don't necessarily meet every day, right? Speaking to people who do your job with other companies, I think is really great. But also sort of understanding what's been interesting about this time is obviously technology has been a key theme. So understanding all of the different technologies that people are utilising to essentially, drive their transformation agendas.
This is my first time at ProcureCon in Asia, so it's been fantastic for me to understand the level of procurement and the level of discussions that we're having here. And the discussions and debates have been awesome. So I've really, really enjoyed it.
This is my second, visit to this conference. Typically, I'm always, invited either as a panelist or a speaker. But it gives me a lot of opportunity to catch up with the latest in the procurement as far as trends are concerned, as well as a great networking opportunity to meet my colleagues around the world who are CPOs of big companies, well-known and reputed companies.
So this is my second ProcureCon in succession. I think what I've liked the most is the collection of people who come here, the kind of people who come here, very knowledgeable, holding very responsible positions in their own organizations. And it's always a pleasure to actually interact with them, learn about the procurement challenges, and from an iCertis or my own perspective, get to learn a lot, take that back and see how do we sort of embed features in our roadmap to address the challenges which these honchos, so to say, from the procurement space of this region are really facing and talking about. So that helps us prepare better for the future. And there's a meeting of minds that actually happens, which is very, very valuable to me. And that's the reason we've been coming to ProcureCon year after year.
I think ProcureCon is one of the most prominent procurement events in Asia, and Evalua is pleased to be a key partner over the last couple of years. Right? This event serves as a platform for us to get to know our clients across the world in one location, exchanging ideas, best practices, and network with industry leaders.
For me, the dialogue and the learnings are just fantastic. We really engage with people in a good way. We found that the attendees tend to come with some real insights, with some real ideas as to what's new and what's different. So I think it's very mutually beneficial for all parties to come together, share those learnings and insights.
Very much enjoyable to be in a very dynamic environment. I mean, coming from Europe where the growth rate is 1% and being over here where the growth rate is 6% and the people are boosted with energy, with projects, etc., is very much a pleasure to be with you.